So before we get started, I will be giving you a brief overview of the Nature Center, and I will be discussing what is incorporated within the Nature Center. In addition, I will also be discussing how we will begin the documentary of my favorite place. So the La Feria Nature Center is 88 acres of fun and is full of beautiful scenery. Its normal operation hours are from sunrise to sunset. It is free and open to the public. The Nature Center also features a 1-mile walking trail and an observation deck and a half-mile walking trail around a playground. In addition, some prominent features the Nature Center has to offer include a playground, 3 lakes, 4 observation decks, a fishing pier, a large pavilion, some restrooms, water fountains, and a handicap accessible facility. So to begin this documentary, we will actually be driving to the Nature Center and walking the 1.5 mile trail. Now, while walking the 1.5 mile trail, I will be pointing out, as I previously stated, all the amenities I previously listed. In addition, we will also be stopping at 3 spots that are my favorite spots of the Nature Center, and I will be telling you why they are my favorite spots. So to conclude my documentary, I will be including the community's perspective and several interviews I conducted. These interviews will consist of residents and non-residents of La Feria. So, let's get started.
Beer don't keep, love's not cheap, trucks don't wreck themselves. Mama ain't a shrink, dad ain't a bank, and God ain't a wishing well. Money ain't rich, everybody sins, and nobody wins in a fight. And sometimes wrong is right. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it. Girls like to laugh, tears don't last, and scared's what praying's for. If it's close, swing the bat, everybody's got a pass, and love's worth living for. When you dance, hold her close till the brakes go for broke. Be the first to reach for her hand. No, you don't get to do some things again. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it. When you can't take it slow, 'cause time sure won't. It makes you a man, is being true to her till your glass runs out of sand. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it.
Well, pick me up with golden hand. Me say, me tell you to run. On the way, on the way. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, how we will cry. I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, how we will crawl. Send me in my way, 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 send me in my way. Well, pick me up with golden hair. Me tell you to run. Nobody see me, but well, I would like to hold my little hand. How you been, how you been, proud. I would like to hold my little hand. How you been, how you been, proud. See me in my way, 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 see me in my way. Out my hand, me say, me tell you to run. On the way, on the way. Nobody say, nobody else.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
So it's 9:30 in the morning right now. It's currently 57 degrees out. We are north-northwest with winds at 12 miles per hour. So it's actually still drizzling out. It was raining earlier. There's not a lot of people out here because of it. I think I've only seen 2 people out here so far. But the wildlife are actually very active right now because there's not a lot of people out here. So we're here at the Nature Center right now. It's currently 2 p.m. It is 58 degrees. We are northwest with winds at 11 miles per hour. So right now at this time, normally you would see a lot of activity here at the Nature Center, but because of the weather, there are not a lot of people out right now. It's pretty cool. It's very calm and quiet. So there's not a lot of birds out right now due to the weather or wildlife for that matter. But it smells very moist and sandy due to the area that we're at. And the wind is starting to pick up just a little bit, but overall it's very cool, also being that we're next to 3 ponds of water. It is 9 o'clock. The temperature out is 57 degrees. The wind is north-northwest of here at 6 miles per hour with a 40% chance of rain. Now it feels pretty cool out. It's very peaceful and it smells moist, and that's due to the 65% of humidity out here right now. There are a lot of crickets out right now. This is the Nature Center at night, and thank you for joining me. So aside from here, I'll be taking you to my 2 other favorite spots. This is one of my most favorite spots because of just the water, and you get the general landscape from here of the Nature Center. And this is one of the most common uses of the Nature Center, which is the pavilion we're at right now. So you get that general landscape. So an interesting fact about my favorite spot is the water you see behind me. This water is actually city water. So the city of La Feria pulls water from the river, it goes through the water treatment plant, and then from there it goes to our residence. And from our residence, then it goes to the wastewater treatment plant, which is a plant we pass to get to the nature center. Then from there, it goes here, and then from here again, it goes to the river, and from the river, it's a never-ending cycle. So I thought that was pretty interesting when researching the history of the nature center. So aside from the pavilion, this is my second favorite spot of the nature center, mainly because you get a general overview of the entire lake, because we're essentially on a little island right now. There is my first favorite spot, which is the pavilion, that gives you that broad aspect of being able to oversee the entire nature center. This just gives you another look at what it looks like from this angle. I guess my favorite part about it is not only do not a lot of people visit this side of it, but I just like the way this looks right here. So the reason why this is one of my favorite spots is because it's open. Like you get to see it, you get to see everything around you. You get to walk all the way to the other end and not have to ruffle through the grass or anything like that, and you just be able to take in the entire surrounding of the water on all ends. It's essentially just a little island. So now this spot right here is my third favorite spot to be at in the nature center. The reason why I picked it at my third is that, I mean, it's not as popular as the other two, but it's my hidden treasure. Because at this point, you're about a quarter of the way into the trail, but you're also not quite done with the trail yet. And at this point, if you want to just kind of observe and take in the nature center in its entirety, it would be this point right here. I like this spot because it's isolated from the general public, because you're still within the city of La Feria, but at this point, you don't feel like you're in the city. You feel that nature aspect the center was hoping to build. It's very peaceful. I find it to be the most peaceful of all three of my favorite spots.
Hello, my name is Joe Martinez, and I am a science teacher and track and cross-country coach at La Feria High School. I do not live in La Feria. I live in Westaco, Texas, but I've been teaching in La Feria for 18 years.
And for those that are not familiar, how far away is Westaco?
Westaco is about 10 miles from La Feria. It's just west of La Feria, Texas. I'm very familiar with La Feria. I've known about La Feria since I first moved down to the Rio Grande Valley about 30 years ago.
Because of your occupation, that you're like really connected with the community and the nature center. What's your favorite part about the nature center?
Okay, my favorite part about the nature center is that it has a 1 mile loop and a half-mile loop that my track and cross-country runners use to train in. They use it in the summer for long runs in the summer. They use it in the fall for cross-country practice. We do half-mile intervals, 1 mile intervals on the trail. We use it in the winter for preseason for track, and in track season, the long distance boys and girls go there and train also. So it's used year round.
And being not from La Feria, since the location of the nature center, since it's pretty secluded from the general public, and since it is open to the general public, how do you feel we can better advertise it so other communities can use it as well?
Okay, I would imagine you could use billboards, radio advertisements, now the Facebook stuff, the social media. I guess that's how you could advertise.
So, what are your overall thoughts towards the Nature
The
Center?
Nature Center is an awesome place. It's a great place to run, to walk, to just enjoy nature. It's a real nice place. I mean, people don't think about it very much,
It's like our little hidden treasure.
but it is a very much a hidden treasure. I was just there Tuesday. I was waiting for an event to take place Tuesday afternoon, and I decided to go for a walk, and I saw a couple of my runners running there on their own. It made me happy to see them training and also enjoying the Nature Center.
All right. Well, thank you for your time
No problem.
and for being part of my interview.
You're welcome.
My name is Alan, and I'm a lieutenant for the Feria Fire Department.
So, do you live in La Feria?
Yes, I do.
Approximately how long have you lived here?
Resided here for 5 years already.
Okay. And before here, where did you previously live?
Lived in Rio Hondo on the outskirts.
And how far is that from La Feria?
I want to say a good 30 minutes.
So, how familiar are you with the community in the area of La Feria?
To a certain extent, I do know my streets, and the community-wise is forever changing as of population and businesses and stuff like that.
And are you familiar, or have you ever visited the Nature Center?
We visit every 2 years when we have events. Our major one is going to be for the Easter egg hunt that we have for the city.
And what exactly do you do during this event?
We have to make sure that the little lake that we have for the center is cleaned up. We do have some living fishes down there, so we do have to maintain the water and the grass and the whole facility, right down to the park for the kids. We have to make sure everything's up to date, up to code, and the structure of the facility that we have, where we cook out, and the restrooms are up to date as well.
So what are some positive impacts you believe the Nature Center has made on the community?
It's family oriented. A lot of kids go there. There's a running track. There's a lot of things that the community is trying to do, specifically with that 3-acre field that we have.
Okay. And before coming here, did you know where the Nature Center was, being that it's pretty secluded?
No, because when I started living here, it wasn't there. It just they built it 3 years ago, so it's part of a section where we have to know and we have to teach our newcomers that are coming into the fire department where specifically that's going to be at, because behind it, it's a lot of rural land here, and you have to know what's going to impact that, because there is living organisms there. There is fish, there is animals out there. So that's something we have to keep an eye out for, along with the structures, which are houses, businesses. It takes a lot of planning to do that.
And to kind of conclude, being that it's in a secluded area, and it is still open to the general public, what are some ways you feel we can get the word out, like advertisement-wise, to other communities so they could see our little hidden treasure?
We're starting to do a lot of events now, where it's over there, in that section of the city. It's a back road, so hopefully we're going to get a little bit more business over there besides the agriculture side, besides the domes that we have for any evacuations for storms that come in. That side of town's going to go ahead and boost everything up at one point over time. So right now it's just basically waiting for the city to build bigger things so they can come better.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Buenos dias. My name is Amanda Guevara, and I'm a kinder teacher, a bilingual journalist in the Feria Independent School District, and I work for Cedarville Elementary.
So, do you live in La Feria?
I sure do.
How long have you lived in La
All
Feria?
my life. I was born and raised in La Feria.
So you're very familiar with the community of La Feria
Yes,
and
I
the
am.
area.
Yes.
Have you ever visited the nature center?
Yes, in fact, when I used to do my walking, I used to go there daily. Yes.
Do you remember what it used to be before it was a nature
Yes,
center?
it was orchards, oranges, orchards. And as I was young, when I was in school, like most kids would do, we would just go and borrow the oranges.
Being that you're very familiar with the area and you visited the nature center, what is your favorite spot at the nature center and why?
Well, they have two areas in the nature center. They have the 1 mile track that I enjoy walking in, and you get to see the ducks because it's the water that's there. But my favorite part is the outside where the park, where I can enjoy to see the kids play, and I get to do the half mile, but longer distance there.
What are some positive impacts you believe the nature center has made on the community?
Oh, it brings unity. It brings unity because you get to meet people that are new to the area, and you see how they are enjoying the water, and how you can hear them talking about how, because when we were young we didn't have that. So to me it's a magnificent accomplishment for our city.
And being that it is pretty secluded from the general public, and since it is open to the general public, what are some ways you feel we can advertise the nature center so other communities can see our little hidden treasure?
Well, it needs to be put, of course, with the school districts, and they do advertise, but I think it needs to be more in the media, in the where the newspapers can expose it. They do locally, but when you're talking about with the big media in Harlingen or McAllen, it's basically just said within the area here.
Right, so
It's more exposure political, not. Well, of course, with the media, it needs to be out there a lot more.
So to kind of conclude, what are your overall thoughts towards it, since it's upbringing?
With the nature.
The nature center.
Oh, I love it. I do. I'm not just saying, but I think it's something nice for the students, and of course for the elderly, that they can reminisce what they had when they were young.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Mark Parvin, and I am assistant principal for the Feria ISD at Cedarville Elementary.
So are you a current resident of La Feria?
Yes, I do live in the Feria.
Okay. And are you familiar with the community and the area of La Feria?
Yes, yes, I am.
How many years have you
I've
been
lived here for, say, going on my 11th year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So have you ever visited the nature center before?
Yes, I go there often.
What's your favorite part about the nature center? Like, what's your favorite spot? Why is it your favorite
Let's
spot?
see. I do jogging there, and I know that the course is approximately 1 mile long. I love the scenery, the nature towards the back. You go towards the back area. I love that it's open. The wind hits you. It feels real nice when it's real fresh. The birds, all types of birds go there. I love the back part area, but I also love the little island that they have.
Oh, so those are really cool.
Yes, I like it.
So like what type of positive impacts do you believe the nature center has made towards the community?
Well, I do take my kids there. We feed the turtles and the fish with bread, and they do love going there and playing on the playground. I think it's a much needed thing for the community.
Refrain from sending text messages to the teachers. They're here for you.
Take my family there.
And being that it's pretty secluded from the general public, what type of advertisement do you believe we can do to get other communities to come in as well, since it's open to the general public?
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I know they used to have runs. A lot of adults like to run. They like to do running events. something dealing with, you know, 5Ks. I know they have 5Ks in the sports complex.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice to have something there.
Just kind of like
Yeah.
adjust the trail to where it goes there.
Yes, I think that'd be a good idea. Something for the kids. You know, I think I saw a wedding there once.
Yeah, there was a wedding there
Yes.
once.
It's just open. You do need to advertise.
Yeah.
You do. It's real pretty. It's like a hidden gem.
That's what I referred it to. I was like, it's our own little hidden treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your overall thoughts towards it?
About the nature park, I love it. I love that it's there. I love that the community has allowed for it. It does need to be upkept. And the playground is great. My overall thoughts is I hope it keeps going. I love running there. I enjoy the wind. We go out there and fly kites, and it's very, very nice.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
My name is Robert Salazar. I'm the agriculture science instructor at La Feria ISD. I've been here for 14 years. I am also a resident of the city of La Feria for the last 11 years.
All right. So do you know where our nature center is at?
Yes,
Have you ever visited our nature center?
during the summer, during the spring, I tend to visit it regularly. I'm an avid runner, and so most of the time I'll run from my house, which is on the other side of town, which in La Feria isn't very far, but I'll run over there and utilize the running portion of it.
So since you visited the nature center before, what would you identify as your favorite spot, and why?
I utilize the 1 mile track portion, the gravel course quite a bit, just because it is the biggest portion, so you're able to see a lot more around there while exercising. For a lot of us, running can be kind of daunting, so seeing all the different pieces of nature there make a difference. I see a big variety of anything from snakes to various birds, and just different kinds of creatures throughout. So that area is where you get to see the most because it's got the most brushland to it.
And what are some positive impacts you believe the nature center has made on the community?
The biggest one I probably see is the fact that it gets people outdoors, kind of doing what we do. In regards to teaching, we see it a lot, where now a lot of people are getting consumed with things like the electronics and just staying indoors a whole lot. It's kind of nice when you go there because it's very rarely just myself. You'll actually see a lot of people from the community, people we work with, or just know from, from the city, and they're all out there. Some are walking, some are running. You have a few people that are trying to fish, and during this time of year with winter Texans, you'll see a lot of them out there, engaging, excuse me, with the birding and whatnot. But we've seen everybody of all ages, and just the fact that they're out there moving around, I think it's a big, big positive impact. And so I'm really glad they've had that for that reason.
Right, and knowing that you know the area pretty well, you know that the nature center is pretty secluded, like by itself out in the fields. What would one way you would feel we could better advertise, since it is open to the general public? How would we advertise it to other communities to visit?
Right now, with the way things are being modernized, it's kind of ironic that one of the things we're trying to avoid by getting people out there is things like technology, but hands down, I think that is the best way. I think there's a proper way to balance both. I think things like social media and just a good traditional website. I wouldn't be offended if the city paid for basic advertisement for it. We had events, like just this past weekend was the big nature birding extravaganza in the city of Harlingen, which people come from all over the country, but yet you didn't hear of anybody coming to La Feria for it, even though it was next door. So I think things like that is something that the city might be missing out on. And then just, of course, a good old-fashioned sign. Those of us that are from here know where it's at, but we've talked to a lot of people that aren't from here, and they have no idea it even existed. And even a few people that live here that don't even know it exists. So I think just between the social media and the signage, I think that would probably be their biggest benefit, or biggest way of benefiting from that.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's all, folks.